So today we got a Toro commercial 22040. It's got the Kawasaki 6 horsepower. This is a fc150v. Same guy that found that blower and found that X mark last year found this one. So he brought this to me. I did get it to crank, hit a lick or so. It wouldn't stay running. Obviously it's going to need a carb clean, some carb work. We checked the transmission to make sure it kind of spins like it should. I've got this wedged in there because I was kind of testing it out, but if you notice, when I spin the thing, you can see that moving. See that tire over there moving. So it's got a good transmission in all 3 gears. But first issue I noticed when I was checking for spark, and you can't really see it from here. I'm going to pull the cover off and show you a little better. This spark plug won't thread all the way in. So I'm going to pop this cover off for you, which is 4 bolts here, and I've already done that. And on this model you have to take the flywheel nut off. To get this cover off, you have to remove the oil cap, and then this will just slide up out of your way, and you can kind of just lay it back like that, and that exposes the top of the engine for you. Now we can get a little better shot of this. You see that gap right in there, and I don't want to force it. I'm going to take this out, but we're going to go ahead and because I got it to hit, but I'm not sure how good the compression is, and I'm not going to be able to check the compression with a stripped out spark plug hole. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the head off of it. It's not that hard. I'm going to have to take the carburetor off anyway, and it's just like 4 or 5 bolts, and we'll just pull this head off and we'll take a look inside the piston cylinder before we go any further with it. But he may have got lucky and found him another good more. So hang in there, I'm going to show you a little more. This is probably going to be a series, so if you're interested, stay tuned. We'll get right into it. Alright guys, so first thing we're going to do is take the valve cover off, have a peek in here. Support 10 millimeters. Don't lose them. And you're going to have some oil dripping out. You don't want to make a mess, put a rag down, which I better do so my wife won't get mad at me. I'll just throw the bolts right back in the valve cover. That way I won't lose them. So that's cool. So then we're going to come over to the other side and take the carburetor off. To get the carburetor off, I've already unhooked the fuel line because I had to drain the tank. 2 10 millimeters right here. These are studs. I mean, not studs, but complete 3 bolts that hold this carburetor on. And if we're going to do a lot, I'd just go ahead and take this off too, right here, the control panel thing for the linkages, but we're not going to have to do that. Unhook your breather tube. And now, at some point, after we decide to put it back together, I'll have to take the linkages off and all that, but for the time being, we're just going to loosen this up and leave it lay on the side as one assembly. I don't even think I'm going to take the muffler off either. I'm going to leave the muffler on there. So we'll flip back around and we'll get this head off. Guys, so to get this head off, there's 4 bolts. 1 here, and 2 inside. 1 on top and 1 on bottom. It's 12 millimeter. I've already loosened them up, so we can just spin them out. Like I said, if I can get away with it, I'm just going to leave that muffler on. I don't think it's attached except just to the head. Some models have a a screw on the back side that's attached to the block too, and you have to take that out if that's in your situation. But in our case, we can just take these 4 bolts out, I believe, and the old head ought to come right off. Well, I may have to loosen. It looks like there's a plate up here that I may have to take off too. I don't know. I've never been in one of these fc150s. I've been in plenty of the fj180vs, but not these. All right. I think they're all loosened up good enough. Yeah. So make sure they're all the same length. I don't know if they are or not, but we'll see. I'll just be able to something's holding it. There's a bracket. Let me show you. There is a bracket right here I'm going to have to take loose. So let me do that and I'll get back with you. Like I said, there's a screw right here. It's a 8mm. Get that bracket loose. And now this head should just come right on off. Hope so. Flip you back around. We'll just keep it going live as long as we can. You just kind of have to mess with it. I may not have all these bolts loosened up enough. So that's the case. Should have just pulled them out when I had a chance. That one down here is booger's giving me problems. Just a little bit more. That's what she said. Alright. That's the same size. They're all 4 the same. And we'll there's your head. Ooh. Yummy. There went the push rods. We'll set that down. I'm gonna take you off the camera, off the tripod and show you a close up inside the cylinder. So there is a lot of oil in there. I think that's oil. Smells like gas. Could be. Could just be flooded. Let's pull that up on up here. Oh, look at that. Oh, I can already tell. I'll wipe this off for you. Look at all that play. So it's got some play in it. See what that looks like. Don't see any cross hatching. Not much anyway, if any. Yeah, and it's leaving oil. Yeah, so oil's coming past the piston rings. Alright, so that's where we're going to stop at today, and we'll do a part 2 coming up when I decide what we're going to do with it. So if you enjoyed this, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and we'll catch you on the next one. Jungle Bob out.